That's us.
Hey guys, and welcome to a style class. And we're doing this one from home, and it's going to be really good. I mean, it's a shit show in here.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
like
a good-
Frank is going to come home and be like, "What's Couture doing in my bedroom?"
Frank, don't come home. I live
Don't
here
come
now.
home, babe. Give us some time. It's a mess in here, but it's a very purposeful mess because the conversation today is about principles versus rules. And one of the best ways to do it is to do it live in person, to show you the process, to show you how sometimes the principles are always there. It's just that sometimes it may not hold for whatever it is that you are choosing to wear in that moment,
I agree with that.
right?
Yeah.
Just like in real life, our principles are always there, but sometimes they get interpreted in different ways depending on the circumstances. There are always circumstances, right?
Yep.
And I think that's one of the most important things that I hope that you will take away from this is, you know, as you have so much information flying at you, and I know you guys get very, some of you get very anxious when you just like hear all of these rules. You get these memes, these pictures on Instagram, and a new rule here, and something you thought was right yesterday is now being told that it is completely wrong today. And what is really important is that you understand your core principles, what's important to you, and you've got that core there so that every time you get these new dictatums, is that a word?
I don't
Dictates.
think so.
Every time you get a new dictate on what is right or what is wrong or the new interpretation of something, you'll have something to judge it against and be very wise in making your own decisions. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take our outfits and we're going to keep evolving them. And then we've got like little signs here they're backwards to us and forward to you. Yeah. But we're going to tell you which rules apply here. And then, like I said, I'm quite sure there are going to be times when we agree that something
We might agree to disagree.
Yeah, and I said what rules apply. Fuck that. No rules.
Yes.
I didn't
No
mean to use
rules,
that word.
just principles.
Okay.
Apply them if you want to.
Okay.
All right.
So let's talk first. One of the things I think that you and I, as we got dressed, you immediately gravitated towards any of the shoes here that had some bling to them.
I did.
So what do you think was making you do that?
I felt like I was wearing none. Like I'm very neutral, and I was craving something that gave a little bit more dimension, a little bit more texture. So I actually gravitated to these. Everything that I put on, actually, 3 shoes, all were blinged out. Yeah. But it added a little bit of like extra attitude to the outfit, and I didn't need it to happen with color.
And I think that happened, yes, and I think that happened with me as well, getting dressed. I put on the sweatpants, the t-shirt, and the sporty nylon jacket, and as I was pulling old things out of my closet, I grabbed these super old Miu Mius. I had to take out the sole actually because my foot had grown aside. I bought these before my kids were even born. So, I took out the sole.
Mine did too.
Yeah?
Yeah. One whole size.
One whole size in growth. Yeah. So both of us were reaching for something that gave good friction. So here, when you think about, forget rules, but the principles here that are in place, first of all, both of us are wearing our without fails.
Let's tell them what we're wearing just in case they're confused. I'm wearing the drapey suiting vest in black. I'm actually all without fails. Well, no, 2.
But close enough because they feel so comfortable too.
That's true. So I'm also wearing the Sid Chino in caramel, and I'm wearing the mock neck tee in gray. And
I'm wearing the black silk nylon blazer. It's Tracy's. I had to give it back. I'm so pissed. And just the white t-shirt, the gray Calder sweatpants. So we've got on our woofs. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take you through multiples of these cards though, because the idea is that one outfit is not one card, right? Your principles apply in layers. It's just like any decision in life that you're making. You're not selecting one principle that you stand for and applying it. Your principles are what make up you, right?
Yeah.
So
they're like an umbrella.
Yes. Okay. Then the next principle here is chill, modern, and classic.
Okay. Chill. I'm wearing a vest. The fabrication is chill also to me. Has a little bit of a shine, which makes it a little bit more modern, and the double breast. Wearing my
And I
version.
think the scale of it is very modern.
True. Because if it were like a little bolero situation, I did that just now, and I don't even feel comfortable with
No,
that.
if it were all like
Yeah. No. So that's chill and modern and
yeah,
classic.
it's the best.
So
So
the-
like could not be more classic. It's
T-shirt
the best.
also chill, modern, and classic, and then the pant also chill, super modern, silhouette, and
Yeah.
Sid, and classic.
And this is where you also didn't throw a curveball on the shoe, even though the shoes got all the jewels on
Right.
it. In both shoes,
Right.
they are both chill. If these had
Yeah.
been high heels, they would not have been chill.
Totally. If that was a wedge, it would not be chill.
No.
I said the W word.
And there's something still very modern about them,
Yep.
and then they're classic. It's a mule and a moccasin, so chill, modern, and classic. And if one of these elements had been only modern or only chill, it could have still worked. But the fact is, all three of these, and yeah, I mean even the T-shirt that I'm wearing is still modern in its proportions.
Agreed.
So. Chill, modern, and classic.
Should we talk about color?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is 1 ton or none. I'm sure you guys can guess if you're looking at us. I feel that we're doing none.
Normally I would say that I'm a 1
Okay.
because my eye's going to the white.
Okay.
However, someone could debate that your eye is also going to the shoe, right? Because it's got the gold and maybe. So I'm curious. Wait, okay.
Okay.
Now I'm curious. Okay, so
So I feel like I'm none. Oh.
So I'm wondering if maybe I feel like I'm 1 because these are blending.
These blend to me.
Right. So if I had on this and this with the shoes now, I feel like there's too much going on.
So
Like-
should we bring rule of 3 in then? Because I feel.
Yeah, and this is, well, and if I did this too, though, I'm tempted to take it back to, I'm not doing this. I'm not wearing this red top with this.
But tell me why. I think this is a really good example of what happens in people's closets.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you do that red top? Also, it's next to black, so we should talk about that because you just jumped
Well,
rings.
okay, yeah, and I jumped rings, and I think first of all, we're out here, like there's grass behind us if you can see, and so something about the red and the black feels
In
very
this environment.
aggressive. Yeah, feels
Right.
aggressive in this environment. Doesn't feel right.
It's a very zen space.
Okay, so let's pretend like I'm headed to the city then.
Okay.
I think that if I were headed to the city, I think just having a more simple but nothing there shoe.
Okay, so she's putting on the Dwayne in black.
Yep, I'm putting on the Dwayne. And I'm going to choose Dwayne if I'm wearing this red tank top. If
Yep.
this were a tank top, it's a dress, but right now, pretend like it's a tank top.
Yep.
This is quite delicate. So this goes back also to big, slim skin because I think the bigness of this shoe makes it, gives it like a bit more guts.
Yep.
Where if I was wearing the Barry here, he's more delicate. And
Well, the tank is also delicate.
Exactly.
And the jacket is delicate to me in a way also.
Right. So if I was wearing this and this, it's a vibe, but it's a more feminine, delicate vibe.
Yeah.
And this is where it's not right or wrong. There's no rule other than big slim skin because I've got big slim skin happening all day and night, which is good. But it's not about right or wrong. It's more about what's the mood that you're in for. And
Yeah.
so what's the mood it's what you're in the mood for. And so for me, if I'm in the city and I'm wearing this, I want to wear this bigger shoe
Yep.
because I feel a little more balanced for being in the city. But if I were in Connecticut going out to dinner, I'm wearing this, but I'm probably not wearing the red. I'm going to switch because that's
I'm gonna throw some salt
too
in the
strong.
game.
Yes.
Okay, I think that when you had on the moccasin, it was chill, because the moccasin is chill and the sweatpant is chill, and the body of the limb and this fabric is chill. So maybe like adding that just changed it because you're not as chill, that you're more, what do you think?
Well, I think that even though this is a moccasin, it being in gold and embellished,
Brings it up.
it's making it CMC. It's the ultimate chill, modern, classic. So that feels quite balanced. But if anything, it's gold and it is still beaded, and that with the red feels a little more than what I want.
Okay.
You know, it feels too. One of the things that we talk about as a principle is that a lot of this is about creating dimension, right? Like we talk about being creative pragmatists and not just being creatives or just being pragmatists, right? Like the whole notion that we can be more than one thing at once is really important to us.
Yes.
That depth is really important. So I think when I have shine and bling with something bright and red, I can describe it more as like fancy or
Yes, festive.
More one-dimensional.
Yep.
And anytime something slides to one-dimensional, it starts to rub at me wrong.
So rubbing at you wrong is what makes the principle apply.
Exactly.
So if it didn't rub you wrong, if it rubbed me wrong and it didn't rub you, then that's
I don't give it.
yeah. I don't give it a beep.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't
cool.
matter. Okay.
Let's see.
And then another one. Well, we said that we are. Bigs and pigs. I don't know. Actually, we don't need to talk about bigs and pigs
Sure.
yet because we're not wearing a bright or but big slim skin.
Okay.
So that applies here. So big slim skin is the notion that you build interest on the body by giving the eye movement to go in and out. Not going in and out this way, but just being able to move in and out. So for me, all of this, even with the moccasin, like you've got big, I've got some skin going on here. The pants come in at the bottom. I did tuck this in on purpose. Had I left it out, I would have
felt big.
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'll show you, like, if I was wearing these big sneakers.
Oh.
Right?
Which is, don't follow the trend. It's like hot girl with the coffee.
I mean, I thought, okay, so let's say I'm wearing the big sneaker.
Also chill.
And this. So like this, sure, it's like a Hailey Bieber.
Yes, it's totally Erewhon vibes.
But I forgot, I'm not Hailey. I forgot. But regardless, the idea is that for me, this doesn't feel like me. Even though it's so casual, this feels more of like an outfit. I feel like I'm mimicking.
Posing, right.
Yeah, I feel like I'm posing, even though, ironically, it's something incredibly chill. I mean, it is pragmatic. And it's pragmatic, but this would just not be me.
Yeah.
I could see Tracy, though.
Really? Weekend Tracy,
yeah.
Weekend Tracy, walking the dog Tracy. I love sneakers and I feel like this is a vibe, but I also am cautious of what sweatpant color I wear when I'm trying to like dress it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I would wear gray, but probably not with the white sneaker.
Yeah.
Like more of a colored sneaker, maybe.
Well, and I think too, exactly, because I think.
Oh, sandwiches. Are we going there?
Well, first of all, though, the gray, when you were saying with the gray, with the gray sweat with the sneaker, again, one dimension.
Right. I wear gray sweats with the heel or with the slide.
With something blingy.
Yeah.
And you were wearing the gray t-shirt with something blingy. I wore the gray sweats with something blingy.
Sure.
Because even when I do this, it still feels too casual. Like the black is dressing it up a bit, but it's not, it doesn't feel enough like me.
I'm curious if I change it.
And then I think too, when you talk about, someone was asking me about a color sandwich. So we all know I've talked a lot about the skin sandwich, but the Wall Street Journal did a whole article talking about how delicious a color sandwich is. And okay, like the thing is when you mix your shoes with your top, you are usually creating a feeling that is a little extra refined and extra ladylike. And that is fine if that's what you're going for, But if you're not, what you might find is when you get dressed, you feel frustrated. That may not be cool enough for you. It's not for me. It's not what I would want. So I'm going to just show you, like, okay, this shoe has bling. And we were discussing today why. First of all, why did I buy a 39? Okay, you know what?
Well,
that's the first bullshit on this. And this was a situation where I remember I was at Saks Fifth Avenue and they were on sale.
Oh, you're
and
like, I have to have it.
Well, and I only had to have it because it was on sale. And I was like, I can shove my foot in there, even though after having lived in Hong Kong, I swore I would never buy shoes again. They're too small. But I did. And so
I like that. I like this vibe. No, I don't like the color sandwich, but I like the irony of this shoe with that skin with the sweatpants.
But I do not like this white with this white is really bothering me.
Yeah, same. I looked at you and I went like this.
Yeah, like I feel like if this were just like
completely
like this, done, right?
Love.
Yeah.
Yeah. I purposely.
So maybe I will wear these. Actually, they're not bad. They're comfortable.
Keep me posted.
Well, all right. Wait, hold on. I have to get Jack.
I changed my shirt. Oh, Jack's here. And it's funny because this shirt is the tux shirt in pink. Also the green I have in the navy. And I still have on the same shoe. I was just curious, would I feel like this was too much? And I do. And I don't think it's because it's black. It's like...
Oh, that's too much.
Right, I know. I purposely...
For you.
Yeah, I did it too much. And I like too much sometimes, but it's like, where's our attention going? Do I want to focus on the bling or do I want to focus on here? So I am craving now, because I have kind of big, but I have big with options because I have this longer shirt tail. I can kind of tuck it in, make it slimmer, but I'm craving skin. Because skin, I don't have enough, like I rolled my sleeves up, but still I'm very covered. And I'm a big fan of like buttoning my shirt at the very top. It feels very modern for me, but that's a really high cover. So I want to have something that's a little bare. Now, just a moment ago, Amy had on the Dwayne, and it's confusing sometimes because the Dwayne is skin. You have your whole foot out, it's skin, but these two are not the same. They're similar, but not the same. This is Barry. I know I did some weird like Skittle thing. Barry and Dwayne. So I'm craving more of a Barry because with such a big, voluminous pant, I feel like it's adding too much big to this look, so I want something a little bit more delicate. The pink is really feminine, but in a good way for me. Amy did some crazy yoga just now, and I'm not with it. Okay, so yeah, now I have a little bit more skin, and I feel balanced. So if we did big, slim skin, I would say that I am wearing big on top, and I'm also wearing big on bottom, but I'm gonna get a balance of slim by kind of creating a line here with buttoning my neck, my collar, and also taking the back hem of my shirt, making a little ponytail and kind of just tucking it in so it fits a little slimmer. You can also do this with your Gabe. The Gabe shirting is very similar to how this fits, but it has a gusset on the side. So if you want it a little slimmer, this is an extra large, and yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to leave you. I just was looking for a slimmer skirt.
It's okay. So now I feel a little bit more balanced, but I am curious what other shoe. Well, people write me and they say they only have this type of shoe. Like the person that like has maybe some type of foot problems and they only have really chunky platform type of shoes and sneakers. I did not say that, Tracy.
No, but so Tracy by choice. Well, no, but Tracy's, actually, if you go into Tracy's office.
Oh, God.
She's got every kind of amazing shoe in there.
Literally, it's a
store. She's only comfortable in these types of shoes, so that's reality.
This feels better. Yeah, it does feel comfortable. I stood a little higher, but if that completely changes my look, I feel very like sloppy, and I don't know if I could even fix it because it's so big. I have 3 big bigs.
So how do you feel horrible in it?
I feel very like unkempt. I feel kind of sloppy and like too baggy, not as refined as I would like. And this pant makes me feel that way. Also,
well, first of all, did you have your shirt sleeve up the whole time? Like,
yeah. So like that's a good comparison. Neither one of us have our sets.
So if you've got the really big shoe on,
yep,
and you've got the really big pant, how do you feel right now if you went with a slimmer top? Because it's more that you just don't feel like yourself.
Right, but I wonder if it's too chill also. I'll go get a slimmer top and see.
Yeah,
BRB.
and then you know, I don't really have I don't have clogs in my closet for you to try.
Tracy, you're coming for Tracy today.
I don't. I'd love to.
Please,
first of all,
send me clogs. She'll
crawl
love it.
that back, because like my life would be freaking hell without Tracy, and so would yours, because none of us would have all this
Mine
beautiful
would. I would be
clothing
working.
that we have. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I was trying to find a skirt a little bit slimmer. I'm wearing the trouser skirt right now. I'm just pulling it to make it a little slimmer. But if I were wearing, when we talk about like what slim is, I'm going to put this on with the slim pump. And you can see this kind of whole straight up look here. And so this is one of those things where I think that when we talk about how you feel when you come out of a dressing room,
Do not listen to people, because you do look great.
because I feel like
I looked over and I was like,
yeah,
I've seen this look before.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you know, it's lovely, right? Like you can't argue with it. Like
No.
it's, you know, if someone sent me a picture of someone dressed like this and said, "What's wrong with them?" I would be like, "I don't know what's wrong with them." But I know for me,
What's wrong with you?
this does not feel like me.
Yep.
So first of all, when I've got this much coverage on the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bit hesitant to have the coverage on the
But
foot. If I did do this coverage on the foot, it's like I would only do it in the winter time and do it with like more covered on top.
like a high boot.
No, I'm gonna, here, I'll show you. Like I think what could save this is if you,
So while Amy's gone, I went and opted for a slimmer top. With the cardigans that we have from spring, I've been wearing them mostly as tops. I'm showing you a lot of boobage there. This is the silk cashmere blend, the silk cotton blend cardigan. And so when I wear it, I just kind of button it, and I get a slimmer top without having to have like a crop top on, and I'm wearing it with the set. So I'm wearing
wait, how do you feel with the sneakers in that?
Oh, let's see.
I'm curious, because now this is becoming like a one, and your eye is feeling a little more released.
I don't.
Just take the dog shit off the top of it.
I asked Jack why do you do this, and he couldn't tell me.
He said,
Yeah, he was like, I don't know that lady.
Yeah.
Can I unsee it now? But I feel more comfortable than I did before. Would I do daycare pickup? Would I, run around in the city on the weekends with this? Probably. Like, because I have skin here, I feel okay with it. It is a chunkier shoe though.
I think
with a
though,
wider pant.
when we talk about all the multiple things here that apply in your principles,
Yeah.
I think that here the idea of the one ton or none, the fact that the one is the shoe,
Yeah.
because your eye's going right there with the white,
Yep.
and I think when you build a focal point, that's also, you probably don't feel just like a square.
Right.
If you're going to one point, and that's what's happening there.
Let's try the Granger, because it's still white, right? So let's see if it makes a difference.
Yes. Granger's totally gonna make a difference.
I know. I just
You're like, surprise!
surprise.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we same vibe, same, but different.
Yeah.
I am not mad.
You should not be mad
Yeah.
at all.
No. Okay.
So, love that. Now, take off the Granger.
Yep.
And what happens if you put on a
Black shoe and a black heel at that. So, yum.
Okay, so
I'm curious.
for me,
It's falling a little flat. Color-wise.
color-wise, and then
Like it
all of a
changes the vibe.
sudden, the texture. You don't have any texture
I
happening.
don't.
So when you put on the Granger in the white, and even the, thank you, Jack.
Thank
Just
you
laying
for
there.
your help.
When you put on the Granger in the white, when you
Yep.
had on the sneakers, there was something happening.
There was friction.
texturally. There was friction
Yeah.
there.
This feels very safe.
It feels like you put on the shoe in your closet when you had no other shoes to choose, and you were like,
Yeah.
I'll just put on that stupid pump again. It's not a stupid pump. at
No,
all,
it's
by the way,
coming soon, by
but
the way.
It's And I think that's where, like, for me, and I bet, oh, you know what I bet? Well, okay, so I'm gonna show you how I would wear the pump with this skirt, like in the wintertime. I think, I'm not for sure, because I didn't put this on yet.
You need a sweater?
Do you mind handing me just the sweatshirt on the?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
You have officially amified.
Yeah. So I think, first of all, for me, just giving a little more, like just owning the coverage and giving some more coverage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the pump, like it's very classic in the black now. It's, so I have to give it good friction. But I think if I just mixed up the different.
So you have a navy and black, big in the back.
Yeah.
Come on this side so you can see. So now should we talk about modifier? Because I think this sock screams Amy's modifier.
Well, I think, right, it's a little bit of humor.
Right.
And I think when you're getting dressed and you're just like making do with what you have in your closet.
Right.
For me, this is one that like, if, this is really good when you're packing and you just start packing like you're without fails, like these are three things together, but you don't want them to ever feel boring. So for me, if I were like going to a party, this is where like you can rely on your basics to do the thing, and then you have just a little bit of fun with like the mint sock here and then the earring. And this does feel like,
I know.
this is a dog, Jack. But this feels good, you know? And this is where when we talk about dressing in your personal style and not outfits, I do feel like I've just rolled out of my closet.
Yeah.
But in a good way.
Totally. The other one felt like an outfit. Like to me, too outfitty.
And I think it's really funny because being appropriate in the environment that you're in, we know that's always one of the top things that people write to us about. But also people feel very concerned about not looking outfitty.
True.
Or not, and I think that's a better way of saying it, because a lot of times people write and they're like, they don't want to look like they tried too hard. There's something.
I have that all the time.
Yeah, like
it's weird because I want people to like lean in and, well, not to say like you have to lean in, but be whoever you want to be in all things, because I don't want to try too hard, but I also don't want to be worried about that when I'm talking to you and I just met you. So
well, I think too that trying too hard, the idea of it feels very high school, you know, like you're wanting to impress a group, and because like honestly, wanting to look your best, like there should be nothing shameful about that. That's a great thing.
I'm gonna show you what I wore this weekend actually, which is interesting because I have that feeling.
So I'm gonna show you that even though I'm wearing everything here quite slim, now I've got on the slimmer skirt, I've got on the slim top, and I'm gonna wear the slim berry sandal with it. For me, this feels so in my wheelhouse of something I would wear. But what's interesting, I don't have this here to show you guys, but like I would definitely err on the side of a bigger bag than a little small bag.
What about color?
If I'm doing this whole look, I'm in my 90s mindset.
So you're none. You're Carolyn Bessette.
Carolyn Bessette mindset. I'm gonna go like none.
Yep.
But it's funny because these shoes I bought, and
that's a very Carolyn Bessette shoe.
It is, but I have to tell you, this one though, this I bought for ironing. However, it doesn't give irony for me because of the clothing that I wear.
I was gonna say, to me, that's not an ironic shoe for you because it looks like something that someone else in your peer group would wear.
And that too.
Yeah.
But like Sarah Brody.
Oh yeah, she wore this with a sock and like a bootie, like
it's
short.
ironic. But for me, I think I put it on and people are like, yes, you do have school pickup at, you know, or like you're headed to the club or what, you know. It just,
if you know what to look for, you can see that that's a square toe. It's different, but yeah.
So one person's shoe that might be their basic shoe that they wear everywhere. Another person for this shoe, it might be their ironic shoe. For me, it's the shoe that like, okay, if I'm wearing old Levi's and a sweatshirt, okay, this is like a more ladylike take on a loafer, and that's,
And your prep classic look.
I do it.
Yeah.
But for me, this would be, it's true that like I would be much more apt to pull this shoe out of my closet than this shoe with frequency because of the clothing that I have. This shoe ends up for me completing looks in a way that works with my wardrobe when this does not. And so this is like really understanding who you are, what kind of clothing you bought, and what completes your look is key. Because I think anyone on the surface, if you looked at this, you'd be like, oh, of course, this is the shoe that you would wear the most, but it's not.
Right.
And people do write to me that they'll have like a crazy, weird, beaded Balenciaga shoe or something that becomes like,
well, even something like this, right? Because when people send their problem children, they're usually like expensive problem children. They wanted it. They thought that they had something. If you want,
he is an expensive.
I mean, he's a beauty.
Child, because if you look at his soul,
he is made.
He's not, but he's just not been worn, and which pisses me off. But then these Prada sandals from forever ago. I wore these to death, and they're navy blue. And again, they gave me like the right amount of friction.
Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you how this is a safe outfit for me when I'm doing like mommy stuff and I'm going to a place where other mommies are, and I don't want to stand out too much, but I also don't want to feel like I'm like becoming somebody that I'm not.
Yeah.
But like this needs more.
Yeah.
For me, and maybe because I feel soft, and I'm both in ring 3.
Yeah.
Ring 3. So a pop of something would help.
So, do you feel like the beading on this gives it a pop? Can I see?
Yeah, mostly because it's bare and it's matte and it's the same color. If it was like blingy like that one, I don't think that would.
Well, I also think these Pradas this was this like surf collection that they did. So it
this
really
is so
was
casual. It's like
it was a very. Those shoes are good.
That's a good shoe.
But you know what?
But it's also bare and it gave me some texture.
Right. So let me ask you a question then. So like this is nice, but not enough.
No, it's not enough.
It's not enough.
It's too, and it might be because the feeling is very chill. Like I feel very zen right now.
Yeah.
I feel like I could fit into the mountainscape.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like it's giving it.
Friction.
Yeah.
But if you had this on, is there any earring or jewelry that would give you? And I mean, is there something like, even just like just a
well, that's
watch
hardiness
alone
makes me feel less Stepfordy. Like, I think because it looks like I'm all pulled together for your event. I'm such a lady. Something's too lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something's too lady.
You feel like this is too lady. That's the vibe.
Yep. It's lady chill.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing, right?
No.
But I feel like I need something that's like
just
masculine. Yeah, I see there's a little frill there.
And I think too, when we talk about texture, like even though the sporty nylon does have texture and it has sound, I think that you are. Well, this is.
I don't hate that though.
Okay, this is a good example of the antonyms.
Yeah.
Because this is like you said that you're feeling ladylike, so you went and you grabbed the masculine loafer.
Yeah.
And so giving ladylike, and now you just went masculine, and that's what turned it on its head for you.
Yeah.
So sometimes instead of sitting here having to hypothesize, wonder why something feels right or wrong, say how you feel, flip it on its head, and see what comes of it.
So if you're wondering,
That's your antonym.
Thank you, Jen.
Let me put on.
All right, cool. So I think it's only fair to show you guys all the things we're trying on since we're talking about it. And I know Amy might have showed this to you before. This is one of the loafers that's coming in fall. It's kind of like this burnished. It's supposed to look like it's like a broken penny loafer. Very cool. Comes in this brownish black and also a blackish white. So when I put it on, I was unsure because I thought, like, do I need a pop of color? But I feel comfortable. I feel like this would be my sneaker in this scenario, so I can get a lot of things done and I can still run around. And
that is what you wear. You wear that guy too.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I really like the red. I like red in general with the board. So any of the red shoes that we have, that tippy red is really good. And I like a ton. I don't do a ton the way I used to, kind of like primary color ton, but doing a ton with ring 3 and add ring 4 is festive. So I was saying I went to a friend's birthday party in Philly this weekend, and he had a taco truck, and everybody has kids, and everybody's running around chasing them with ice cream and getting stuff on them.
Yeah.
And I did not want to feel like I'm a mom at a taco truck.
Yeah.
So I had to figure out.
Taco truck, sure.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it's a total thing. So how can I feel like it's a birthday party, but I'm not like, dressed to just care for a 2-year-old?
Yeah.
Anyway, where are we?
Okay, so you are in this situation right here.
Mhm.
You have big skin slim happening.
Yes, I do.
Right? We can all see that. You have
A modifier.
What's your modifier? You're changing your modifier.
I don't have one.
I know you like keep evolving that. So to be
It's
continued.
evolving. That's my modifier.
Other principles that we talk about in terms of like at least the principles if you were purchasing this straight up would be 12 mower.
Mhm.
So when you're buying this skirt, you probably imagine.
So the gray cashmere sweater, I'm gonna wear in
Yeah.
the fall with this. I'm gonna wear one of the tall boots with this
Yeah.
in the winter.
Yeah.
That's how I made this purchase.
Yeah, because you're like, okay.
Yeah, I
this
have to
one-
get more. I have to get my cost per wear down. There's not a card for it, but just put it all together and it equals cost per wear.
Totally. And then you
Oh,
also
okay.
got on chill modern classic.
Yeah.
Everything is working in there.
Totally.
Okay, so I'm wearing the nylon skirt here,
Balloon skirt.
balloon skirt, and I'm
I like
wearing
it with like,
slinking around here making noise.
yeah.
I just want to show you. Someone had written me earlier and said she was 5'2", something. Anyways, that she was 5'2", and that she felt like this skirt was a little long on her at times. So I just wanted to show you guys. I showed her how you can just pull up the corner here and tie it in a tight little tiny knot. You can rubber band it too, but a little tiny knot will do, and then it will just read as shorter and a more casual skirt. Okay, so I'm wearing this with, I haven't worn these yet. I bought these at Fashion Week in Paris. Haven't worn them yet, but these are the Miu Miu little sandals here. And, for me, this is something like when I go on vacation, this will be like an easy farmer's market look. But it is, it's a tinge too bare for me.
Why? Like, if it's bare, is it too bare for the city? Is it too bare to run around? Is it not as practical?
Well, first of all, I'm still trying to decide on the sandals. I get mad at Miu Miu sometimes how much they go so hardcore in promoting.
You like the other one though that had the straps. I thought you were gonna get that one. The one that has the fisherman's strings.
Yeah. Anyways,
I'm like, it's like
with that. I bought the boat shoes, but
celebrities, just like us. Just like us. She buys things and she makes decisions on the fly.
I do. I remember I went in there, my heart was racing, and I was like, just gonna die if I didn't get those shoes. And then I remember Sarah came into Miu Miu and she sat down and the woman's like, what size are you? And Sarah's like, 35, 35 and a half, 36, 36 and a half, and sometimes a 37. And she was like, okay. Sarah was like, oh, make it work.
You're like, I'll take whatever. Right. Give it all.
Okay.
I love how a visceral reaction you had to my sandwich. I saw you take it in and you were trying to focus on your words. You couldn't even think. Amy, she got sick to her stomach. She was like, this is a good...
I just want to, because this is where, again, you can see that matching of the top and the shoe can sometimes feel very basic. And so someone had written me because Tracy was matching her belt to her shoe.
Yep.
Sometimes I can feel a little matchy with that, but again, Tracy works that ironing. That is, that she'll dork something up and work it really nicely.
But the inverse of that, right? Because if she had on all black, like you did, with a white belt and a white shoe, I don't think I would hate it either. But for me, right, even when I looked at myself,
I think because it's so extreme and dorky,
and the contrast is so high.
This just feels basic. So let's put on the dark brown shoe.
Get out of that as soon as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even I felt uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But how do you feel now in the
Fine.
back?
I feel like I look down and it just feels easy because I'm like focused here. And even though this is a big with a wider skirt, I still have skin.
And even if it's jeweled up,
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
No. I can't even. But now I feel super unbalanced because I'm chill and I'm at a party and I'm relaxed.
And I'm just shaking my head because it does not feel like you at all. At all.
So don't wear this to work.
So don't, I mean, well,
I'm just
no,
joking
I mean,
because it's a principle, not a
don't
rule.
wear
You
it
can.
to work if we have to meet and then it requires you to feel good and strong like yourself because you won't.
No, I'll be like this.
Okay, so I know you felt a little out of pattern with the bling there, but how would you feel?
Okay, so let's
And
talk
that's-
about it. I feel kind of, it's funny, I wasn't sure what I would feel. but
Okay.
I feel surprisingly, I feel good. I was like, is this too dressy for this outfit? But I think if I had on a dressier outfit.
I think that lifted the outfit, but I'm curious now.
Oh yeah.
And I don't mean this for the actual being
Yep.
a sweatshirt, but this is where had you had on navy blue
Yeah.
with this, I
Give me
think
your Liam.
because of the lightness
Yeah.
in the shoe. Yeah, so let's
Hold on.
because of the lightness in the shoe, I'm not really sure where to look, even though it's a different color,
Right.
right? But if this was like navy blue, I think I would have appreciated the
Oh,
colors
she's-
here. Chic.
She
Yeah.
just fell into her space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this is one, like, if you were getting dressed and you put that on, you don't have to, like, start all over. You're like, well, I'm looking at the top, I'm looking at the bottom. What does that,
Mhm.
we know the
So
rule,
change
one
it.
ton or none. My eye is going to two different places. It's not 1, 2, none or ton. It's 1 ton or none because your eye goes to one place.
Yeah.
So now my eye's going right there, and this skirt now has become something really dressy and
So
interesting.
dressy. And the cost per wear is now like $10.
Major.
Yeah.
Major.
Very pleased with this. Noted on that shoe.
Which
And
I
it's
think
awesome.
maybe
There's
with
that guy.
this jeweled shoe here, I think that this is
I think we're
where,
done.
if I was wearing the tonal on the top with the navy blue, I think that I would like the jeweled shoe more. Because I'm not, like, am I going to the jewels? Now I
Yeah.
feel much more,
But you're more chill. So having the snug shirt on top
maybe.
and having skin on the bottom, even though it
And
was
the jewels, so snug and jewels, like, made it a little fussy for me.
yeah, and the rib knit of that. I don't know if that's rule of 3, but this I can see you wearing this a lot.
Oh yeah, this
in
is, like, the
iteration.
minute I put this on, I'm like, my whole demeanor just changes. Yeah.
Very interesting.
So, if so the idea here, first of all, we've got big slim skin.
Mhm.
It was too one-dimensional with the jeweled shoe
Mhm.
with the fitted top. It
Mhm.
was giving fitted, slim and skin.
Yeah.
I was
Which is
kind of
good.
losing the big.
Yeah.
But if I go back now to the idea of the skirt here, then I think that if I just simply had on the, if I was wearing,
Is right. Oh, that guy.
yeah. Well, okay, what's interesting is that red is a problem shoe for me.
Oh, that's very good. Okay.
And again, I think this is where I'm learning my
I thought you were gonna
lesson
show this
with some of the shoes from the row, because
So
how can
this-
Mary Kate and them, they're wearing this stuff with so much irony. And Leandra,
Yeah.
she wears these with the irony.
Well, she's gonna wear it. Leandra's gonna wear it with this freaking sock and a pair of hot shorts.
Well, and I bought these because my favorite person from Max,
Mhm.
she had it on these like 2 years ago, and she looked so cute. She was wearing them with our green skirt like this.
Mhm.
I can't even remember what she was wearing. It was like so wrong that it was right. And I was like, I have to have those shoes. But when I got them, I felt too granola vibed. Look at me.
Take it off, Amy. Take it off. So I
Right? Like you see it.
So I think this is made in a very delicate orthopedic grandma shoe.
Yes.
Which I'm not mad at the vibe that they tried to create, but I don't want you in it
No,
because
no,
I look like you're.
no,
I'm like, do your
no.
feet hurt? Do you want to sit down? You need something? Let me get you some
I know.
icy hot.
You guys.
It's not bad if you have this. It's
This shit fucks with your head, and please, like you guys can see, this is not right or wrong.
No.
This is like
You feel good.
right, and it just so feels not like you. So me wanting to get it off my body right away isn't because
Asking people to turn off the comments. Probably
because of the shoes.
So here we are. I'm
Right.
shoeless, which is not cool.
Okay.
And I'm gonna find a shoe.
Yeah. So sad. Yeah. So we know that like I think one of the biggest things that's come up today is the concept of ironing and your antonyms. Those seem to be so key when you're getting dressed. Big slim skin, 1 ton or none, and CMC. Because we did all these like cards, but these are the ones
that we keep picking up.
It seemed to be the principles that are the easiest to like gravitate to figure out like what you should, what feels right or wrong.
I just had an aha moment because I think everybody knows my journey. Actually, this is the anniversary of us doing a bedroom live with Amy. Because I did a bedroom live when I first started in January or December, whatever it was.
You did?
And I didn't claim my modifier then. Yeah, it was resort. I had on like the purple shirt. Anyway, but if you don't know your modifier, I think you will get there faster, or not even faster, if you just pay attention to the vibe and the antonyms, right? Because I was able to fix some of my problems without having to be like, my modifier is this, because I knew I wanted something that was less feminine. I knew I wanted something that was less dressy, more dressy, and that balanced it all out. So just now, Amy and I had on similar outfits. I purposely put on a white top, so we're wearing similar vibes with different ensembles. Your whole demeanor got chilled just now. Yeah, she stepped out of the balloon skirt and she walked over and she was like,
okay, but now again,
Amy, guys,
costume vibe. What?
I was like, I don't even know who you are. Oh my God, guys, it's like Halloween in June.
I know. So it's like costume vibes, right? Like, and so we know that this is a look.
It is for some.
And for some, exactly. And so this is when you know that whether or not a look is right for you. It's not about how you look in it, because I think like, you can still look at it and be like,
if you can stay in it, you can't even stay in it. What is it? I think it's because you're chill.
Chill.
And you also were sandwiched.
I was big. I was
big,
sandwiched.
yeah.
There was absolutely no irony going on. I've got on a big shirt on top. Oh, sorry, buddy. I've got on big fat sneakers and I've got on ripped jeans. So for me, like, no, this is not the time. Buddy, this is not the time. For me, already just giving myself like...
That's a whole different...
Yeah, this is where, and then I think like this is where I pulled out like the little necktie. And again, this is one where I've shown you guys, I ordered this online from Saint Laurent and my dumb ass paid $250 for it because I thought, surely it's not really just like
a ribbon.
A ribbon.
A ribbon of
surely they did
fabric.
not just put a ribbon into a box and ship it to me. Not even a nice box. But anyways, I think that like this is one where I think that like...
And I'm not distracted by this pop of black with the shoe because I think it's not a match if it's like a small...
No, and it's just... So this is where like, you know, when you're playing around with things, especially things that like, you know, something a little more forced like a necktie, it's like this feels right up in my wheelhouse.
I gotta put you down. You're too ring two. And I need a pop of ring 4 jet.
But you know what I would love to show too, because it's already, like we've already talked for hours.
They're here for it.
No?
All right, what are we
Well, you know what I wanted to show? We have a surprise.
Oh, we should. I'm gonna grab some.
I am gonna, how do I put the comments back on?
Oh, yeah.
Because I want to let people comment on this, unless they're rude. But,
Don't be rude.
Okay, so what we're going to show you now is I'm going to show you some of the super OG Tibby. So I'm going to show you my very first runway looks, the stripe. So the stripe and the white lace and the red and the black lace. These are some of the things that if you guys watch, look, this still has even the tag on it.
Tippy, show the old
I know,
photo.
if you watch Devil Wears Prada, you will see in the scene where they're sitting on our black and white couch, it's in Frank's office. Yep. you'll see the collection of James Holt behind him. And this is the whole collection. So they used our atelier to film, and then they actually used our collection there as well. So this is...
so this one is silk, right?
This is silk chiffon, cut on the bias. This was, I think I opened the show in this.
That's
She wore
hard.
little,
Stripes and bias on silk.
hard to sew or hard to
Hard
wear?
to sew.
Yeah,
No,
hard
it's
to
beautiful.
sew.
It's easy to wear. God.
No, but even, I mean, look, even back then from the beginning, but I remember we had to do this modesty patch because they were like, no one's going to wear something that low. Yes, they will. Anyway, so this came down the runway.
Yep.
This, I don't know how I squared these two being in the same collection.
What about this one?
This came down the runway. Again, I get, okay, so it's funny because like these two I get being in the same collection. This one is where in the past I would think, well, it's bright, but it shouldn't have been in the same collection. Like it's chiffon, it was cut on the bias, like it didn't belong.
How many looks did you usually produce in this show? Because sometimes there's like 40 looks, so you can build like, now that's red and white.
You moved on. I think I always thought of a collection more just in terms of color, but not, and like maybe era, but not so much of like all the way down to shape and proportion. And then there was this dress.
That's a good one.
He was a good one. I actually...
I want Zendaya in this now. since
I
she's wearing
wore
all the
him.
pictures.
I have a picture of all people. Actually, the documentary was great. Martha Stewart.
In this?
I was wearing this, not Martha.
Oh, I was like, Martha.
And anyways, it was for this thing for the ASPCA. It was really nice.
Oh, this little
This
bag
is
is-
one of my favorites.
So this looks timeless. This is a nice little LBG.
So I did this in the black.
Sarah.
It was a black cotton lace lined in a black voile, and then but it was in strips, so it was sewn in layers, and then and it had the plunge back, and I also did it in just a clean navy blue cotton. So it was funny back then, like pieces were trying to come out. Then I want to show you the next season is when Tracy was hired. And this is Tracy's first item. So this was one of her first looks. I remember
This is a heavy chambray.
Freya wore it. Yeah, it was, I mean, this was really, really nice. So this was this like super
Like a high-waisted, almost like a sailory.
had a little braid detail. We actually did this. It was based off of Charlie's Angels. And there was that scene where, of course, they're prisoners and their prison outfits are these amazing
Cute little.
denim.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course, like how it is at all women's prisons, I'm sure.
Oh.
And then we did this chambray top that it was really great because it's not chambray. You were noticing it. And
Yeah.
even back then, I remember this was super expensive. I mean, at the time for us, this retailed for like $450.
That's heavy.
So,
But the weight of it.
yeah,
is
it's mostly linen, so that was really rich.
What else?
Then I wanted to show some things just in terms of bigs and pigs before we go, just because that's one of the things that gets asked a lot about, was bigs and pigs is the notion that when you wear anything bright or anything in a print, that what you want to do is make sure that they are in a fabrication that is icky, glossy, or sculptural. So this is a good example where if this had just been a green silk skirt, it would have been just sort of a nothing. But this had this weird shine to it, this really nice pleating, and I love this. I remember we did it with a super dark green sweater. Temu
Love that now.
McPherson always wore it. And yeah, and that's where it keeps the timelessness.
Yeah.
Is when you really, something is hitting the principles and it's in a simple body. And then this one I still love. And so prints, still in something icky, glossy, or sculptural.
Yeah.
And this was in a silk wool. And so it had a lot of strength
That's a
to
lot
the
of weight.
body, has weight to it, has guts. So,
This could be good right now too.
right. And again, had this been like a soft flowing silk fabric, not so much. So, anyways, I hope this was fun. My bedroom
It's
is
destroyed.
trashed.
Sorry.
But we just wanted to show you guys in real time the process that Again, there are no rules. It is really about what feels right or wrong for you. Build up the principles we wrote out because as people who have a mindset that is effortless and modern and classic, these were the things that constantly resonated the most. When we said, oh my God, when we wear this white top with this white shoe, we all like viscerally shuddered. And so we tried to put a framework around these things because honestly, it makes them easier to memorize, easier to just like say off the top of your head. Skin sandwich, big slim skin, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is sometimes in our efforts to be able to make things easy, quippy, Instagrammable, that's where things can go off the rails as well. And that's where you can get caught up in things. You can start to question yourself, question what you're feeling because how easy it is, how repetitious, and memes are, they're easy to say, but if they don't really strike at your principles, if they don't really hit to your core, then question them, push back, recognize whether or not it is right for you, and use your principles to make really good decisions for you.
Sweet.
Done.
Yay.
We gotta clean this place
I know.
up. All right.
So we'll be cleaning for an hour.
Yeah. All right, guys. Bye.